Are you a seller thinking about going on the market, but you're not sure where you should price your home? On today's video, I'm gonna break down why it's so important to price correctly in this market. I don't know if you saw my video from last week, but I broke down how long you sit on the market affects what you sell above or below asking price. But on today's video, I wanna break down and show you what buyers are thinking in this current market. And when I'm gonna go put a house on the market, what I'm telling sellers and how that's gonna affect you if you price wrong and put your house on the market at a too high of a price and it sits on the market. What's going on, everyone? Adam Schwartz here, top real estate agent out in Southern California. So we're gonna break down why you need to price correctly in this market. So obviously everyone kind of knows the market has cooled off. It's not crashing, it's just cooled off at this point in time because rates are going up, buyers are leaving the market because obviously when rates go up, it's more expensive to buy a house and you just can't afford it. We've seen more inventory, so buyers have more options. So we're just hitting that little shift. But if you price correctly, you're still gonna sell your house for top dollar more than you would have sold it in 2020 and 2021. So don't forget that. A lot of people are freaking out, but if you would have sold back in 2020 when the market was insane, you would make less money than you would today. You just gotta price correctly. So this is what I want to talk to you about today. When I go on a listing or I'm showing a buyer, what I'm showing people and why it's so matter to price correctly, and something that no one's talking about, that even if you get the price that you want in 60 to 90 days, you might actually be able to close on a deal because it won't appraise. And in this market, no one's paying above appraisal. So I have a house right here at 650. It's been on the market for 30 days. It's 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,500 square feet. So if I'm gonna go on the market and I'm sitting at a 4.3, 2,500 square foot, same house, or a 5.3, 3,000, or 4.3, 22, or 3.2, 1,900, and I'm taking one of those houses in the market, like I'm gonna go put that house on the market because that seller needs to sell it. If I'm at the 4.3, 250, the same model matches this, what is that telling me? It's showing me that 650, if the houses are about the same, the square footage is the same, the bathroom the same, if the insides are roughly the same, 650, there's no buyers out there. So we're gonna have to price below that. So then if I'm 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,000 square feet, I might price at 650, but I'm gonna probably price below that. And then at 4.3, 22, I'm gonna price below it because it's a smaller house. And then definitely at 3.2, 19, I'm gonna go even lower. And why do I wanna be lower? Because I wanna be lower than the competition because I want people to think that our house is a deal. Because it's all about what people are thinking. When the market was going up in the seller's market, how many buyers are rushing in the market because they were scared of missing out? It was what they thought. Now that the market's going down, buyers think the market's crashing, they're pulling out. Seller's mindset is different. And so it's figuring out the mindset of the person and why people do it. And so a little tactic we do, we want to be below this number because then people think they're a deal. Another thing I look at is when we're putting the house on the market, I look what Zillow, Redfin, and all the major websites are showing what the house is worth because I know when the house goes on the market and people are looking at it online, because stats show 87% of people find their first house online, they're gonna see what Zillow thinks the house is worth. And if we're priced below what Zillow or Redfin thinks it's worth, then what do people think? They think they're getting a deal and they think that that house is gonna move faster, so what do? They rush out there and they go, say it's the opposite. Say we're at 700 and Zillow says the house is worth at 650, they think that's a bad deal and they don't go look at it. And this is a perfect example. 3 times a year I send out listings, CMAs to my clients so they know what's going on in the market. Remember, your house is your biggest asset. You should know what it's worth. You check your bank account every day. Why aren't you checking what your house is worth at least 3 or 4 times a year? And this is a house that's in Chino. And this house has been listed for 32 days and it's at $579. This house just hit the market and it's at $565. It's a perfect example. This list agent saw that this house, same exact model, same exact everything, is sitting on the market. And so if a seller really wants to sell a home, you gotta price below where the market is telling you where it's worth. So this is what's gonna happen the longer your house sits on the market. Every house that goes on the market after yours is gonna price below yours. So if you're a buyer, why would you go buy a house for $570 when this one's listed at $565? It's been on the market for 7 days. We could probably maybe get it a little bit below that. So why would you go for a bad deal? Because at the end of the day, it's always looking for the deal. And this is what I want you guys to realize too that no one's talking about. So say your house is at 650. This house goes on the market and sells 625. This house sells for 645. This house sells for 620. And then this house sells for 600. So say magically somehow you get your house into escrow at 650. Well, unless they're paying cash, the bank is gonna do an appraisal. And when the appraiser goes out to the property, they're gonna have the same exact house close at 625, a bigger house sell for less than 650, a little bit of a smaller house for 620, and then a smaller house sell for 600. So is the appraiser gonna appraise a house for 650? Unless you have major upgrades, a pool, better lot, better everything. But if these two homes are the same, Why is the bank gonna give someone more money when the market's showing that this house is really only worth $625? And then it's gonna appraise below. Then the buyer's gonna come back and ask for a price drop. And then what's gonna happen? You now are at a point. Do you not sell it or take the loss? And most people are not gonna pay above appraisal because why? More inventory is up, so they can just go to a different house. There's way more options out there. Even if you get the number that you want, if you have these houses in your neighborhood comping, unless that person's gonna pay above appraisal, you're not even gonna get the asking price anyways, and that's something a lot of people are not talking about. So remember, make sure you go back and watch my old video that I did last week showing you 0 to 14 days on the market, 88% of the people have sold above asking price in the last 30 days in Riverside. And those numbers are for any market. So just make sure you know the longer you sit on the market, the less chance you are gonna sell for top dollar, have multiple offers, and get what you really want. And that's your house sold for the terms you want and the most money. Hopefully this video helps. Comment below if you have any questions, or make sure you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Until next time, peace.